Tragedy is the correct word. One done, one dead. A female disc jockey at a Kansas City radio station got caught in the crossfire. She was the fatality, the aftermath of the Chiefs' Super Bowl parade. 29 wounded, 11 kids, 8 of them suffering bullet wounds. Chiefs fans tackled 2 of the 3 people who had guns that they believe were involved in the shooting. It appears it was a gang-related dispute outside the Union Station after the proceedings had ended and people were leaving. We're going to get into a fierce argument. I normally don't talk politics on this show, but maybe today we should talk politics. I don't know which political street corner that you're on, but Second Amendment right to bear arms. You have a right to bear arms, John Riley. But I happen to think the weapons situation is so bad, so out of control, so illegal that society needs somebody to step in, and that's the government. Age limit as to when you could purchase, red flag screening if you have any problems whatsoever, mental health evaluations that puts a delay in allowing you to have access to a gun. In essence, who has the right to have a gun? I'm sorry. This is all on the NRA. This is all on the Republicans who support the NRA. Nothing gets done in this country because the far right has paralyzed our country completely on everything. And this situation with guns is paralyzed because the GOP don't want to offend their voters who might be part of the NRA. You have a right to bear arms. Kids have a right not to get shot in public. Mm-hmm. And this is in hospitals. This is in churches. This is in malls. This is at a celebration. John, I'm sorry. End of political speech. This is America at its absolutely worst. And I don't even know what street corner you stand on as it relates to politics. You have the floor.
I have the floor. Okay, this is a heavy issue. This is a very complex issue. I think guns are legitimately a big part of the problem, but there's a lot more to it than this. Like in this case, it wasn't an assault rifle. I think these were handguns, weren't they?
No, one was an assault rifle. They found an assault rifle against the fence. Who goes to a pep rally with an assault rifle? I'm talking about when these big AR thing to boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And obviously that has no place in a situation like that. So I'm what street corner am I on? I'm on the street corner that government should protect our inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And so, in my opinion, guns that are used as for defense, I think you can find ways to justify that within the scope of the Second Amendment. But when you have guns that are offensive weapons that can jeopardize someone's right to their own life, then that's, I think, where we can start drawing some lines. In this particular case, it's interesting because I don't think it was necessarily a mass shooting that was planned. It looked like it was some kind of a dispute, an argument that just kind of blew up. Not saying that makes it right, but this is different than other mass shooting situations.
You want a gun. You want access to a firearm. Second Amendment allows you to have access to a firearm. Do I have a right to screen you to make sure you're okay to have that gun?
Well, yeah, because again, the purpose of government is not just freedom, it's also to protect our right to our own life. So if someone has a disability, a mental health condition, then yeah, I think that you can make a case that they aren't going to be able to, to have a gun. Now, this opens up a whole can of worms with people with, their Second Amendment right is sacred to them, but I think ultimately our nation has not fully addressed the problem. We haven't looked it squarely in the eye and tried to solve it. We just keep dancing and evading the situation because of the political realities that we're dealing with.
And the political comment, prayers and thoughts.
Oh, yeah, that's just pointless.
Till the next time.
Right.
Jeez.
So just a tragedy in Kansas City. You hate to see it here, but here we go. Once again, politics and sports, sometimes they intersect, and this is one of those unfortunate cases.
It drives me crazy. Kansas City, Uvalde, Orlando, Parkland, Chicago, Connecticut, Denver, you name it. It's everywhere. And nothing's been done to solve it.
Right. Because they won't, because they know that if they address it too strongly, they're going to lose an election. And these politicians, all they care about is power for themselves rather than trying to really make the right kind of changes, for our nation.
Let's talk football for 30 seconds before we go to the next topic. Speaking of Kansas City, Travis Kelce in apology mode. Travis Kelce met with Andy Reid after the game and apologized for the tantrum on the sidelines, saying it was inappropriate, it was unacceptable. He should have popped me in the mouth to shut me up. So he has made his public apology. Kansas City's so excited at what they've accomplished, looking forward to the next football season. Kelce is looking forward to the next football season. Andy Reid says, case closed. We exchanged our opinions. On we go. It was obviously a flashpoint of emotion, but Kelce was wrong.
Yeah, well, good on him for manning up and admitting it. But, it's not a big foul. Andy Reid's good with it. It was the heat of the moment. Let's just turn the page and move forward.
We move forward. We move forward